Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Hope you people are doing good. So we are now going to start our particular strategic business reporting session. So what is this session about? Candidates, actually this session about the right roadmap, the right working structure for the preparation of a strategic business reporting. You people must have to know that strategic business professional exams is the professional exam of the ACCA, and the SBR and SBL having a good passing ratio. The syllabus is very extensive. Both subjects, SBL and SBR. The syllabus is very extensive. But the passing criteria or the passing percentage, it's really under the radius of, specifically for SBR, and it's about the radius of 50%. It's about the radius of 50%. But the question is that why students are so much panic? Especially almost 2 weeks ago, the exam, number one. And that panic impacts on the exam day and become part of the failure. What is that reason? So before starting the details of the preparation structure, you people must have to know that what do's and don'ts are required for the SBR preparation journey. And you have to notice that particular point very importantly. So today's session, it's not specifically about any topic aspect, but about to develop a right structure or support you to develop the right structure for the preparation aspects. Candidates, can you please reply me about the clarity of my voice, about the visualization of the screen and my video visualization as well? Can you please reply me accordingly? Oh, that's good. That's very good. So, for that reason, a terminology I have used here, that's called SBR rationale. SBR rationale means what's the justification required for the strategic business reporting preparation. Students, today's session, I will highlight the particular points which examiner mentioned in the examiner reports and the different documents, that what's the examining team expectations from any candidates, from any candidates. So if you are able to meet that expectation, so that means you are with the right track to qualify the exam, number one. Number two, do remember the very important point of Hussain Qazi, that strategic business reporting syllabus is very, very, very extensive, but to qualify the exam, it's an easy task because the result ratio is very good. Do remember that the very first point about the SBR examiners, that you must be able to write your answer, whatever you have in your mind, whatever the calculation have. I repeat, examiner expecting that you must be able to write your answer accordingly. Must be able to write your answer accordingly. The writing structure, so the writing structure is the most important component. For any SBR stage. That is the first point. Okay, one by one we are moving towards. So I am just telling you the things. What should develop the SBR preparation mind with these statements of the examiner. So don't make mistakes by ignoring these statements. These are not my statement. These are examiner statements. These are examiner statements. What are these statements? Listen. Number one, the first one, this one is the first. You must be able to explain your working is an essential skill that is required in the workplace. And it is for that reason the examining team has taken this approach. This is not my expectation. This is not my intention. This is actually the examiner expecting from your side. That numbers and the knowledge of accounting standard is not enough, but you must be able to write the answer accordingly. You must be able to write your answer accordingly. This is the first very important thing. Let's take an example about this. Let's take an example about this. For example, you people are studying the IAS 37 from my notes. You people are studying the IAS 37 from my notes. So if you are studying my particular notes or you are preparing by yourself somewhere, anywhere else, the topic name IAS 37 provisions, contingent liability, contingent asset. You are studying the topic provision. For example, you have studied the term provision. Provision is a liability for uncertain amount and timings. You have done with this. So you are studying the provision. And for example, this is what a particular question. This is what a particular question. A question about what? September 2018, extract question to 1. And this is what the question about. For example, this is the question. The question is, Farham is a manufacturer. White goods such as washing machines, tumble dryers, and dishwashers. The current year, 30th June X8. So there is a factory subsidence. Farham has a production facility which started to show sign of subsidence since January X8. And it is probable that Farham will have to undertake a major repair sometime during X9 to correct the problem. Farham does not have insurance policy unlikely to cover subsidence. I'm not talking right now about the details of IAS 37. I'm just telling you how to handle the things. What the examiner expectation. The CEO argued provision of the repair factory should be made. Examiner expectation means that is the requirement. Requirement means examiner explaining the expectation. So you must have to be aware about the good expectation. Discuss the accounting treatment. What the word use? Discuss the accounting treatment. What does that mean? That means examiner expecting from your side that whatever the working you are thinking, you have to explain the issue. The very first thing you must have to bear in your mind that this statement, mark my statement, the subject you previously studied called FR. You remember that? FR. Now you shifted towards SBR. The subject name, you know that the advanced FM name, AFM. The advanced PM name, APM. The advanced TX name ATX. The advanced AA name AAA. FM Advanced Financial Management. PM Advanced Performance Measurement. TX Advanced Taxation. AA Advanced Audit Assurance. But this subject FR, not the name of AFR. Not having the name of AFR. It means it's not only about the advanced financial reporting, but advanced financial reporting plus something more. Plus something more. So the students who are expecting that, whatever we have done in FR, we will continue the things in the same manner. They will not be able to qualify the exam. So normally what your impression in FR about IAS 37, about this topic IAS 37, sir, we just make the provision with the double entry, debit income statement, credit provision. Something like same in the SBR, something like advance in the SBR, but the structure will be same. In FR, you are more concerned about the numbers. In SBR, you will more concerned about the discussion, the explanation. So from the day one, develop your mindset, develop your practice to write the answer. Even right or wrong, no manners. About right and wrong, I will discuss end of today's session. So what I was telling you, examiner expecting that you must be able to develop the skills about the explanation of your calculation, IAS, all these things. For that reason, for example, this is the case. I'm not discussing about any technical issue. I'm not telling about is the provision should the provision made or not. No. I'm just developing a mindset of you people to develop the right track accordingly. Class, can you please reply me about the clarity of the voice and the screen visualization? I'm shifting the screen. So are you able to watch the thing with my frequency? Can you please reply me? Hello? Hello? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, now, so if this is the case, what the examiner is expecting from your side? Discuss the accounting treatment which Farham should adopt to address the issue about the financial statement. So how you will answer? How you will answer? Your IAS 37, this is your answer. This is your answer. This is your answer. Number one, you have to write the answer with the knowledge. Knowledge of what? Knowledge of IAS. Number one. So you have to develop a mindset that I have to establish a knowledge of accounting standard. So you have to refer. This is about provision, recognition. So you have to mention that provision should only be recognized if these three conditions made. So these are the wordings of provision. So we have to develop our ability to explain the standard. Yes. Sir, is this compulsory to write the exact wording of the answer, exact wording of the IAS? So your examiner particular says that the students can explain the answer with own wording. With own wording. So not to worry that if you are not able to explain the answer exactly the accounting standard words, no matter it is. But normally if you start the practice about the writing of the standards, you will be able to write the thing accordingly. But actual thing is that develop a mindset. Number one. Number two, first explain the knowledge and then connect the matter with the case. Connect with the case. Then you will explain no or yes, whatever. No provision, yes provision of the repair of the firearm should be made because means whatever your recommendation. This is what? Connect with the case and recommendation. Means what your point of view, about this case. So that is what the rationale number one. Examiner expecting that explanation about the numbers and so on. If you move on for the goodwill, for example, if you move on with respect to the group accounts, let's suppose if you move on with respect to the group accounts. Yes, for example, this one. For example, this is the case. This is what September 18 solution. If you are working for the goodwill, for example, this one. You have to work out with the goodwill. For example, you have calculated the goodwill. This is the goodwill. This is what the numbers about. Okay. This is what the numbers. But examiner also expecting that. Whatever the ingredients of the goodwill, this one, for example, considerations, NCI, fair value, your numbers must be supported by this explanation, contingent consideration, your explanation, NCI, your explanation, fair value adjustment explanation. So all the supportive numbers, all the numbers must be connected with the explanation. So numbers and explanation. You can ask a question, sir, first we have to work out with the numbers or the explanation. It's your wish. Don't worry. It's your wish. Either first to do with the working of the goodwill with numbers and then explain the answer, or explain first, then put the working accordingly. All of the registered students with my side, the notes, the suggested answer, these answers already the part of your course. That's whatever the folders we share with you, that's the part, already part. So don't worry. The people who have registered with us, it's all part. This is not the time about this discussion or we are deep tracking about where's the material like this. I will tell you. But right now, the important thing is that we are here to start the preparation for the SBR. So what is the right path? If you people know very well that like today is 22nd of June and you have almost 11 weeks for the preparation. And this is the time for the preparation. But the point is that how to prepare the SBR, how to prepare our project. The project must be prepared up to the expectation of the relevant examiner. So actually you are here to construct a building for a customer. And at the end of the day, the customer have already said to you that this is my expectation. But what if you are not constructing the building up to the requirement of the customer? Will the customer allow you to pay all the amount or pass your projects? Not possible. So first have to understand the requirement of the customer, here the examiner. That is the point. I will conclude my session with the question answer session. You can ask me any of the question. Don't worry about it. So the very first thing about the point, that is the business SBR rational explanation is the critical thing. So whatever the accounting standard or syllabus area you are going to able to complete the syllabus area, you must have to check your ability that am I become able to explain the working? Am I become able to explain the accounting standard? Am I become able to explain the things with the connection of the course? If the answer is yes, move on, move on, move on. Moreover, students, the syllabus, I've already told you that the syllabus is not about financial reporting. It's more than financial reporting. The syllabus area have 5 components. This is not the examination of only accounting standard. This is not the examination of only advanced accounting standard. This is not the examination of only advanced accounting standard. Don't make impression that, for example, we have studied some limited standard in FR or F7. Now it's time to add on the advancement. Means, for example, in FR, we have studied IFRS 16, lessee accounting. Now in SBR, we have to work out with the IFRS 16 lessee plus advanced lesser accounting. Do remember, this is one syllabus area, that's advanced financial reporting. But we have to add on more things. What are these more things, sir? What are these more things? I'm going to tell you. The more things are this one. There are 5 components of syllabus, and the very important things or very important ability, another ability you have to develop, that's integration of these 5 things. For example, number 1, SBR includes advanced accounting standards. That is number 1. You studied previously some accounting standard, here add on. Then the conceptual framework you studied previously, here required in very depth, because you know that ISB have 2 projects. One IFRS, another one conceptual framework. This is not the session about the in-depth knowledge about the topics. We are just discussing about the overview of the syllabus areas and what the right track, what the right expectation. Another point, ethical implications. Another point, performance measurement and the current developments. Every day, whenever you think about SBR, you must have to develop your mindset. There are 5 areas of the syllabus: IFRS, conceptual framework, ethics, performance measurement, and current developments. Ignore current developments right now. Conclude your current developments at the end of the syllabus. You have to prepare your studies parallel the things with the 4 different aspects, not from the day one, but at least after the 1 or 2 weeks. I have already designed the roadmap and shared with you with the same manner. Don't worry that if you haven't received a roadmap, the registered student will be able to receive the roadmap immediately after that class. So the point is that what particular 4 things that need to integrate. Very important. Number 1, you people must have to know that Accounting Standard Board has 2 particular projects. Number 1, the conceptual framework. Conceptual frameworks are the principles, are the rules, regulations of the accounting standards. And normally accounting standards principles based on conceptual framework. Conceptual framework, previously we followed the 2010 conceptual framework, but 2018 Accounting Standard Board has revised the conceptual framework. So from January 2020, we have been followed the new conceptual framework that's called 2018. So what is the basic theme of the conceptual framework? For example, if I say that the term asset, so term asset, any transaction declared as an asset, guideline by the conceptual framework. But the asset under the category of property, plant, equipment, investment property, intangible, financial asset, that's categorized, referred by the detailed accounting standards. With their all details, the accounting standard says if it's property, plant, equipment, how to recognize, how measure, how classify, all these things. But the principle are conceptual framework. Accounting standard are the details about the reporting. And yes, very important thing, some of the transactions don't have any accounting standard, any support of accounting standard. For example, accrued salaries. For example, accrued salaries. For example, accrued salaries. For example, accrued salaries. If accrued salaries wanted to, if you are moving towards accrued salaries, so very first thing you have to consider that there is no accounting standard guidelines about the accrued salaries, but the conceptual framework will tell you how the accrued salary will account for or reporting. So there are multiple transactions where there are no guidelines by the accounting standards, so conceptual framework will be the refer one. Moreover, for example, right now the days, cryptocurrency. If the transaction established for cryptocurrency, by the way, cryptocurrency now it's a part of the syllabus. Since last 2 semesters, regularly examined the cryptocurrency aspect. We will tell you in detail about the later. There is no specific guideline about the cryptocurrency transaction, how to report it. But if the company is making the transaction with the cryptocurrency, how to report it, that we will use the guideline by the conceptual framework. I'm not talking the technicalities right now. Moreover, ethical implications also important. You have already studied the topic ethics in different syllabus areas. AA, F4 means law paper, audit paper like this, F1 paper, someone AA, AAA paper like these. So the point is that how ethics examine with SBR. Ethics guidelines are same. Ethics guidelines are same. Ethics guidelines are same. No worries about that. Guidelines are same. But integrate the topic in strategic business reporting. How this examine? For example, I am a director of your company, and I wanted to make, I have done, or I wanted to make a transaction from which the profit become exaggerated. It's my self-interest. So this is the case present by the examiner in a situation of a particular accounting standard, director, some ethical issues. So you have to respond, explain, number one, what the accounting principle are. Number two, what's going on wrong here with respect to accounting and with respect to ethics. With respect to accounting and with respect to ethics. So accounting issues connect with the ethical matter. So we can take an example here. So do we have an example? Yes. It's about ethics. It's about ethics. For example, this is what the case of IFRS 13. I'm not telling you in detail about IFRS 13 right now. MASH has a number of investment listed shares that are designated as measured at fair value. Investment measured at fair value through OCI. Okay. A new ACCA qualified accountant started work at MASH, and she discovered that finance director measure the fair value of these investment at present value of the future dividend. And whatever he have done, this calculation gives higher fair value figure. This is the important point. This calculation gives the higher fair value. So number one, there are some technicalities about the accounting standard issue. And the other point is that the finance director justified this fair value to accounted on the grounds MASH does not trade shares in short term. So quoted share price understate value. And MASH will realize over the lifetime of this investment. So how the examiner discuss this point? Required this point, expecting. Number one, discuss why finance director fair value measurement is not in line with IFRS, and discuss the ethical issue. So what we will do? Number one, we have to incorporate number one, accounting implication. Number one, accounting implications. And number two, the second one, ethics. So how to write the answer with ethics? How to write it? We will discuss later on with our live another classes. But in this session, I'm just developing a mindset. Examiner expecting that you have to explain the accounting matter and as well the ethics matter. So that means syllabus integrate accounting issues with ethics. Candidates give me, make a 2-minute silent. Prayers going on here. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Okay, so this is what the examiner expectation about the ethical issues. Okay, another area that's so candidates, one more area that's called the performance measurement. I will discuss later on. So this is what the reason the examiner mentioned that this paper is not only about the financial reporting, it's examiner expectation more than financial reporting. Means add accounting standard and add on more things. Conceptual framework, ethics, and the performance measurement aspect. Sir, what is the meaning of the performance measurement in this particular SBR? Wait for a moment about the performance measurement. Before that, I strongly suggest to you people that you have to read this examiner statement. You have to read this examiner statement. Read it once. This is a very, very important statement. You have to bear in your mind. Candidates, let's suppose there is particular accounting standard called IAS 40. That is investment property. You remember investment property? What do you people do remember about the investment property? Can you please reply me? What do you people normally in your mind about investment property? You reply me, please. Havel, thank you. Revaluation or anyone else? Do reply me, be interactive. So IAS 40, there are two possibilities. That is number one, cost model. Number two, fair value model. There are two possibilities. Cost model like IAS 16, fair value model like each year, no need to depreciate, but take out the fair value of the investment property and adjust the fair value adjustment to P&L and report to the financial statement at fair value. There are two possibilities. So when I say to you that what is in your mind about IAS 40, so your mind promptly reply or promptly making a response as an accountant. Yes, since the earlier studies of accounting or since the start of the ACCA, whenever you study accounting, whenever you are working with accounting, your mind always works as an accountant. But if I say that if a company report investment property by cost model or fair value model, what will be the impact of this cost or fair value model to the user of the financial statement? User means user decision making. Means this is what the another side of the picture. I have a question to you that we accountant are making the financial for whom? For what purpose? The purpose is to make the financial statement not for us, not for accountant, to the user of the financial statement. For example, shareholder. For example, potential shareholder. Example and more on. For example, existing shareholder who need to make decision that based on our financial statement, should we continue to hold shares or should we sell out? So the decision of the user will base decision of the user based on our financial statement, or someone or potential shareholder. Potential shareholder means someone wanted to buy my shares, buy my company shares. Buy yes, buy no. The decision making based on my financial statement making. So what I'm saying that if I am publishing the accounts as an accountant with my all investment property reported as a cost model, so impact on the user of the financial statement decision will different. But if I work out with fair value model, the impact of users decision making will be different, because cost model and, for example, a straight line depreciation, the financial statement over 3, 4, 5 years, consistent, reflecting consistency, consistent depreciation, consistent book value reduction. But if we make financial statement fair value, sometime fair value up, sometime down, up, down, up, down. So our financial statement reflecting some variation, some rocky situation, some bumpy situation, some uncertainties with respect to user. But cost model reflect consistency. So 1 point IAS 40, 2 points discussion. 1 point of view accountant, another point of view stakeholders. I'm getting the point. Examiner is saying that the SBR exam, it's not only about to think just like an accountant or the maker of the financial statement, but also with viewpoint of a stakeholder. If we opting any accounting policy and more on, then what will be the impact of user of the financial statement? Hello, candidates, can you reply me? Is that a very simple, it's a very simple point. It's not about the ethics. It's about the performance measurement issue. Performance measurement. We need to consider the stakeholder aspect. This is in this exam. Examiner requires expertise not only from the point of view of the preparer of the corporate reports, but also from the perspective of the different stakeholders. So that is the part of this syllabus area that's called performance measurement. Performance measurement, number one, it's not like the FR, accounting standard issues. It's not like accounting standard issues only. Sorry, it's not like the ratios. It's not like the ratios. You have a good command for the ratios, but examiner expecting ratios in a different manner. The topic is not about ratio and interpretation. The topic is about stakeholder perspective. The topic is having more depth considering the stakeholder, but we will discuss later. Okay, this is what the examiner expectation. So don't make mistake. This session about what do's and don'ts you have to follow. Don't make mistake that you just making the preparation like advanced FR, like only numbers. The prime reason is focusing only the numbers, not the explanation. The prime reason not focusing on the stakeholder perspective. The prime reason is not focusing the examiner expectation with respect to the integration of the syllabus. Or you just study the material by your own way and you say that last 10 days we will focusing on the past papers and then meeting the expectation with last 10 days. That is the wrong approach. Start your working with this particular way. Candidates, moreover, these are the syllabus details areas you people already have with my introduction videos. You can work out. I will give you as well another point. These are the details. You can hold this accordingly. I have already told all the things about that. These are the statements of the examiner. I've already told you accordingly, conceptual framework about Walther things, all these examiner statements, you can read it accordingly. Now, the another important point about current development, we will discuss later what the examiner expectation. Now, what's the exam format? Yes. What the exam format? The exam format consists of section A. Section A having 2 questions, and the questions, that's 30 and 20. 50 marks question 2, 25. So section A, question 1, that's more about group accounts plus. Group accounts plus means more about group accounts, but plus more things examiner also examine other syllabus areas, but majority area related to the group accounts. Same expectation. What other part of the syllabus? What other part of the syllabus other than ethics? Examiner can examine anything. For example, other accounting issues. For example, maybe current development, conceptual framework, anything. Question number 2 of section A, that's SBR with ethics. SBR with ethics. SBR with ethics. So the important point is that SBR with ethics means there are different accounting standard. For example, there are 3 accounting standard issues: leases, revenue, provision. So 3 different cases and having some ethical matters. So you have to reply the accounting issues one by one. Heading, make heading. Accounting issue number 1, IFRS 15. Accounting issues number 2, leases. Accounting issue number 3, provision. And then make a heading of ethics and work out accordingly. Section B, about 25 marks, 2 questions. These are very different questions. Different means it's not structured. It's scenario-based questions. An examiner can examine anything other than its ethics. Examiner examine accounting standard, current development, performance measurement, that's different cases. So you can work out accordingly, read it accordingly. Candidates, these all things mentioned here, you can read it accordingly in same manner. Candidates, very important thing. Now I'm discussing. I strongly suggest all of you people that you have to, whenever my roadmap says that this is what exam question, I will conduct a regular live session accordingly. Don't worry. Every Friday, 7:45 p.m. regular live session. If I conduct the live session, I will reply the queries you have plus 1 practice questions. I will conduct the practice question with the computer-based exam format. Plus, whenever I advise you to attempt that past paper question, attempt that past paper question on the CBE format. On the CBE format. That's the key point. CBE format. Use the CBE format. Use the CBE format. 1 minute. One minute. Go to the My ACCA site with the CB format. And this is what the strategic business reporting. Strategic business reporting with international, ACCA official resources, past exams 1, 2, 3, 4. Total 6 past exams paper available, but with the CB format, only 4 papers available. And plus 1 specimen, sorry, 2 specimen. So missing with the CB format, 2 past paper, no worries about that. If something about these past papers, you have to attempt accordingly, relevant past papers. If other than that, you can attempt with a blank space. With this blank space, use this blank space accordingly. Use this blank space. Word processor and spreadsheet. What I personally think in the SBR, the spreadsheet having a very limited size of working. For example, goodwill. For example, goodwill. Sometimes a student asks something, sir, if we calculate goodwill here, goodwill working we have done. Now it's time for explanation. So can we use the explanation point here? I strongly suggest yes. You can use the explanation here. Goodwill is the difference between the working and blah, 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 whatever. You can explain here. No worries about it. Or even sometimes the short working, for example, make double entries. You are explaining some, for example, you are explaining explanation about IAS 37 and you are working the provision and whatever you are working. Here the case, director made mistake and the correct transaction make double entry here, debit, credit. Income statement, provision. It's simple example. No need to use the spreadsheet sometime. 10 million. Not compulsory to work to make all the workings in the spreadsheet. Some small working you can use here. So it's a freedom. But I strongly suggest to all you people, I strongly suggest to all you people that you have to make preparation. During the preparation, you have to work out with these spreadsheets. These worksheet means use the CPA format during preparation. Don't make any working manuals because your exam will not be manual. So use the particular computer-based exam format. That's very much important. Okay. And whenever you will use the CPA format, you automatically able to manage your time accordingly. In the examination hall, normally people don't practice with the exam simulation. Exam simulation means if there is a past paper question I've given to you with the roadmap, with my roadmap, sir, how we will actually attempt that question. Simulate. Simulate means assume that you are, first of all, shut down your door where you are working the question. Shut down your door, like me. Shut down your mobile phones. Shut down your mobile phones, like here. Shut down your mobile phones. Focus that, assuming that you are studying in the examination hall. And for example, I'm giving you 25 marks question. So 25 marks question having 45 minutes. Start for ABC. Start. And complete your question by 45 minutes. If you are not able to complete the question 45 minutes, no issue at all. But develop that pressure, that assuming you are sitting in the examination hall. After 45 minutes, first take more 10 to 12 minutes, 5 minutes extra, complete your question. Complete it. Complete your question. And after completion of the question, check your answer accordingly. Check your answer accordingly. So candidates, this is what the practice aspect. Moreover, how you will get the marks according to the marking scheme that I will conduct with this type of session, how to get the marks according to marking scheme with my next live sessions, not right now. My very last point, that's, I have to consider that point. That's all I have done accordingly. The very important thing, these are the 4 rules I have already mentioned above. Practice the question and last one, simulation, don't worry. The recordings are available for this session, don't worry. Okay, candidates, one very important thing, last and very important thing to you people. A very key statement from my side. For example, if there is a question, for example, this is what? September 1, 2018 question. This is my notes and my suggested answers. These are available for the registered students. For example, this is the case that is related party transaction. IS 24. Case number 1. Case number 2, fair value adjustment. Case number 3, goodwill impairment. There are 3 cases. And this is what the question about ethical implications and accounting. And it's a time that you have to attempt that question in the examination hall. Do you know that what examiner expecting from your side? Examiner expecting from your side that you have to, for example, this one the case, for example, goodwill impairment. About goodwill impairment, first, you have to apply the IAS knowledge. Plus, recommendation, your recommendation about the case. Examiner only expect, listen this statement very carefully, that your ability to apply the knowledge means how well you explain the answer, okay, and your recommendation, and expecting that how you connect the case, your recommendation about the case. But examiner never expect that your recommendation are correct. Examiner never expect that your recommendation equal to 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. No way. In SBR, examiner never expect. Examiner only expect that how well you fight the case, how will you refer the standard and connect the case, even though conclusion wrong. Even though conclusion is wrong. Examiner never expect that your conclusion will be right. Students, whatever you are doing with these cases actually conclude with the judgment of 2-3 persons or on a board meeting. These decisions are decided in the board meeting with the multiple minds, not a single mind. Every single mind gives the opinion by the judgments. Then multiple judgment collect and take out one decision. So in the examination hall, you are a sole person. So from what expectation from the sole person, give your judgment. But in a logical manner. Logical manner means whenever you explain to someone, you have to refer the principle means IAS, then connect with the case and make a good recommendation by yourself. What normally you people do and making stress in your mind, do you know that? You just attempt the question and refer the solution where answer is accurate. And you become the part of the patient of depression. Sir, in the answer, my answer is not matching with the past papers. Students, what you are doing, this is not expectation. Your expectation, your working expectation only this, to apply the knowledge and make a reasonable recommendation with a logical sequence. Logical means number one, accounting standard. Number two, case connection and recommendation. So don't be too stressed. Just move on for the working. This is the reason the examiner expectation, your judgment. This is the reason the syllabus, the passing ratio, it's very good. It's the radius of 50%. So my last statement, preparation is tough. Really, the SBI preparation is tough, but if you are in the right path, to qualify the exam, it's easy. That is all about today's session. Now you people know very well that what you people should do. Candidates, one moment. Candidates, you people know very well that you have to follow this roadmap. 1 minute. You people must have to know that you have to follow this roadmap. I have already shared, I have uploaded the roadmap to the drive. You can check the drive, the folder of the roadmap, the control file. So this is what the roadmap you have to follow with the particular targets. Your first target with the date of 25th June. With the 25th June, you have to complete IAS 37, IAS 19, IAS 16, 36, 38, IFRS 5, and the premium question recording. I will conduct a live session on the 25th June, and 25th June will be Friday 7:45, coming Friday. Then move on with these targets accordingly. Candidates, you have to move on the things accordingly. You have to meet the targets. Your responsibility is to meet target. My responsibility is to deliver you up to the expectation of the examiner. Candidates, I hope that this session is very much eye-opening session to you people. Is it yes or no? I really want a constructive feedback from your side. A constructive feedback. I have shared a Facebook group. Can you please make a constructive reply? I have shared a link on the WhatsApp group classroom, WhatsApp group classroom. That's our classroom. You have, please, with our online lecturer academy Facebook, you have to make a constructive reply, make a constructive feedback on this FB. I will really appreciate. Now you have, don't worry about that. Now you can ask me. Now it's time for the question answer session. What is your questions? What are your questions? Please do let me know about your questions. Is it okay to do SBR with AAA? Are you a full-time student? Are you a full-time student? Yes. Okay. Yes, it can be managed if you are a full-time student. And it's an ideal situation, in fact, AAA and SBR, because for what topics you are going to audit, that's definitely accounting standards, if you have time. But SBR is very extensive and AAA is very technical. You have to put your full efforts for this. You can coordinate me through the WhatsApp as well. My WhatsApp number. This is my WhatsApp number. For more discussion, you can contact me. Okay, candidates, thank you very much for your time. Take care a lot. Assalamu alaikum.